Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a Christmas card to share with you featuring the Christmas Ornaments by Rachelle Anne Miller. In this particular digital stamp you get 3 ornaments, but as it is a digital stamp, you can just decide whether you want to use 1, 2 or all of them on your card. In this case I decided to go for one of them. I'm creating a really simple card, but there will be a fun element because it will be a dynamic card. This ornament will be able to swing from the left to the right. So first of all, before I started coloring, I printed the image out on Transotype Perfect coloring paper and I tried to fussy cut it out, which I succeeded in, so I could continue with the rest of the card. You don't have to make it a dynamic card or anything like that. If you don't want to, you can go more simple. And I definitely think that this card design without the moving element can work perfectly as well. So maybe I will make that one just whenever I find some time as well. So the coloring is really simple. In case you want to revisit the Copic combinations, you can find them on my blog post, which is linked down below in the description box as always. For the dress here, I went for a minty color, so I used G21, G00 and G0000. So really simple. I actually love using the G00 and G0000. I love using that combination. It's really soft, it's minty. I wanted to have a bit more definition in my coloring, so I decided to add a G21, which made it a bit greenish around the darker areas, and I really liked how it turned out. For the wings, I just used my G00 and I just flicked it so that it would fade out into that white of this image. Now normally whenever I color images, people particularly, I tend to color first the more difficult items or elements of the image. For me personally, although I have been getting used to it for a while now, it is the hair. Whenever I'm trying to do the hair like I'm doing here, kind of realistic, I am not always sure about how to do it and whether it's going to work. So normally I start with that, but whenever I have no clue how to color something, and then I mean more particularly the colors that I will be using, the color families. In this case, was she going to be blonde or a brunette, or would she have like black hair? I wasn't sure about it, so I tend to wait and see until the end. With all of the coloring, it just comes to me whenever I'm creating the card which colors I will be using. It is not predetermined ahead of time, so in this case I actually did the hardest part at the end because I just wasn't sure about the color combination that I would be using in this case. But again, if you want to revisit color combinations, check it out on my blog post. Really easy to find. Now, the white jelly roll pen has been my friend for a while now. Whenever I color images by Rachelle Anne Miller, she adds these highlights to the eyes, and whenever I color, I go over them. And in the beginning, I wasn't aware of it, but well, the highlight kind of fades when you color over it. So I just reinforce the highlight with the white jelly roll pen. And in case there are some details like this dress, I can use also the white jelly roll pen to make it white again whenever I have colored something in that I didn't want to. Okay, next up, I decided to go for a frame where I could put like the swinging element behind so that you would not see it. So I took the frame tags Madison Avenue by Mama Elephant, and I die cut it out of Gingham Galore Fall by Honeybee Stamps. Pattern paper, also once more out of white cardstock. And then for the background, I actually wasn't sure about which sentiment I could use, and I love these typed Christmas sentiments by Helo Bluebird. Now in this case, I just well, I wasn't sure about which one I wanted to feature particularly, whether it would stand out enough. So I actually went for this kind of subtle, all over the place sentiment kind of background. I used the complete stem set. I didn't even took all of the sentiments off of the plastic, and I just stamped out all of the sentiments with gravel ink, which is a really soft ink by the stamp market. Next, I put my white frame on top to make sure that the sentiments were aligned kind of straight. So in case they are straight on your plastic, it will also be straight on your on your card. Otherwise, you might have to wiggle a bit, I mean, with your stamped image. Now here I pierced a hole in the top of this fussy cut image. I'm also going to round those corners a bit more because I don't want them to peek outside of the frame from above when I am wiggling. So here it goes, and then I have these my favorite things, spin and slide discs. So I'm just using one here, and I am going to put some, well, you can decide yourself. You can use liquid glue, but that will take a while. You can use Scor Tape, but you will have to cut a round image out of it, or just make it to size. Or you can use, like me, some, how is it called? Well, no, glue dots, I think. So I just made sure to use some glue dots. I also made sure to find some some foam strips that had the thickness of this slide disc, spin and slide disc. And I was just going to add it all over. I just had to make sure that it wasn't going to block the image while it was spinning or swinging, or how you want to call it. So I just had to make sure of that. You can also keep your image in place so that you cannot make any mistakes over there. And I'm just making sure that I'm backing the complete frame, because whenever mailing cards, it can get messed up whenever there are too many cards the same day and the mailman has to post all of them. Whether there's a handmade card or not, they are not aware, and I don't want my card to be ruined. It's not their fault, but just make sure that you have enough foam tape or anything like that whenever you're using that. I also decided to add like a cent, in Belgium, the euro cent, on the bottom of this image. I saw it on one of the introduction videos by My Favorite Things, just to have the image really hang downwards whenever it's just hanging and not shaking, or how you want to call it. So I did that, and here you can see it move. Sorry, but I don't make a lot of dynamic cards, so this really made me smile. So I'm just adding this to my card base. I'm using some liquid glue. I am using some Pritt adhesive roller, and then just to finish it off, I'm going to add some Ranger Glossy accents to the aureole of the angel, and I'm also going to use some stickles on the wings because I love adding stickles to the wings. So just make sure whenever adding details like this at the end, which is logical that you're doing that at the end, that you just wait until it is completely dried before you start to wiggle things, shake things, anything like that, so that it will not get ruined. I was a bit too too happy with how it looked that I went a bit too far at a specific moment, but it was easy to just fix. Everything was still wet, so and once it's dry, you have a card like this. This card is completely finished. It was easier than I thought that it would be. Really fun as well when I am just letting it go from the left to the right. It's a real ornament like this. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and of course that you like the end result. Thank you so much for supporting me here and being around here. I really appreciate you all, and I'll be back soon with some new craft inspiration. Bye!